Shotgun. Third down. 8. Gabbert's got it. Pressure coming, and Jabal Sheard's going to get him. As Gabbert throws the ball backwards.
In a tooth fairy costume. Love it. Carson Palmer said he's been saving this one for a special occasion. And tonight, it was Blaine as a tooth fairy, guys.
What's going on, everybody? You see a Jaguar back with JinJag.com, and I wanted to wish you guys all a very, very happy Thanksgiving. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your days with your families to watch my preview video as I go ahead and preview this upcoming matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Arizona Cardinals. Now, the Jaguars currently sit at 7-3 and on top of the AFC South. I know I say that a lot, but it's a lot of fun to say. And the Arizona Cardinals currently sit at 4-6. So we're gonna go ahead and preview this matchup.
It's a foot race. Robinson and Browner, and it's Robinson who wins it. Touchdown Jacksonville. His 14th win. Bortles with time, looking deep for Robinson.
So there are a few different things that are going on with this game, and the one that's most relevant to Jaguar fans is that we are going to be playing our former first-round pick Blaine Gabbert this game, and this is going to be a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Like, Blaine Gabbert has been hiding there out in the NFC West for a while as he's traveled to the 49ers and the Cardinals. He's been ducking the Jaguars a little bit, not wanting to play them, but we are back, ready to get some revenge, and we are coming at him with the nastiest defense in the NFL, the #1 defense, Saxonville. Blaine Gabbert, one big weakness of him when he was at Jacksonville was that he was afraid to sit in the pocket and make these throws. Now, if you're going to put Blaine Gabbert and Blake Bortles on a practice field together with no pads and just shirts and shorts, Blaine Gabbert is by far the better quarterback. But the thing that Blaine Gabbert just couldn't do is he couldn't sit in the pocket and take pressure. He evades the pocket a lot. He was afraid to take hits and all that kind of stuff, and he was just never a good quarterback for us. Granted, it's not like the Jaguars player is going to be playing super inspired by this, because the only familiar face on the Jaguars defense from when Blaine Gabbert was here is Paul Posluszny, and he's only on the field about 20% of the time, so it's not like any of these players are going to be playing with added emotion because of Blaine Gabbert, but it's definitely going to be exciting for some of the Jaguar fans that had to suffer through some of the losing seasons that we went through with him. Now, granted, like Bruce Arians said, he was on a lot of shitty teams in Jacksonville, but regardless, we good now, and we coming to get you. Another big thing about this game is it's Calais Campbell's return to Arizona, where he played his first, 8 seasons, really developed a good career over there. Put up what could potentially be turned into a Hall of Fame career, and it all started over there in Arizona. So you already know he's going to be playing with some added emotion, and it's not like he has any animosity toward the Cardinals, but he's a prideful dude, so he's not going to want to go in there and lose. When we look at the Cardinals, however, their season really got flipped upside down at the beginning of the year. I mean, David Johnson was going to be their main piece of the offense. I mean, in all fantasy drafts, he was pretty much going #1. Last year, I believe he had over 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving. He was just a threat all over the field, and he was such an electrifying playmaker. When we got Denard Robinson in here, he was what we thought was going to be, what he drafted to be, an offensive weapon. David Johnson truly was an offensive weapon, as he would hurt you in every different aspect of the offense. But the Cardinals no longer have David Johnson for the year. Chris Johnson played in there a little bit before they went out and traded for Adrian Peterson. So the Cardinals have what are 2 Hall of Fame players on their offense that are in the latter part of their career, with Adrian Peterson and Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald is an outstanding receiver. He's just an ageless wonder. He signed another year extension, and at the end of next year, I would definitely expect him to be the #2 all-time receiver behind Jerry Rice. I really think that he's going to finish like that, and it's going to be interesting to see how we play against Larry Fitzgerald. Now, I know Jalen Ramsey's all excited about being able to play against him and lock him down, but the thing what I notice a lot of times with Arizona is Larry Fitzgerald's playing in the slot a lot of times, and that's usually Aaron Coleman's responsibility. You don't usually see Jalen Ramsey playing on the inside slot. So it'll be interesting to see if they want to have Jalen Ramsey follow Larry Fitzgerald around, or it's just going to be Coleman guarding him a lot, or what they're going to do with that. Now, the Cardinals defense isn't as good as it's been in the years past. Losing Calais Campbell and losing their strong safety, Tony Jefferson, really did do some damage to their defense. Now they have a player who I really like, Budda Baker, starting out there at the safeties. And, you know, they still got some good pieces like Patrick Peterson, Tyrann Mathieu. You know, they got some good players. Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones is a guy that we definitely need to look out for because he's by far the most electrifying player on the Cardinals defense. You look at their total sack numbers, Chandler Jones has 10, while the next best defensive lineman only has 2.5 sacks. You remember in the 2016 draft, they drafted Robert Nkemdiche in the first round. He's a defensive end. And you wonder, would they rather have a guy named Yannick Ngakoue that got drafted in the third round of that draft? I don't know. I'm not Bruce Arians. But I do expect this to be a game that the Jaguars win. I think we do match up a lot more favorably against the Cardinals than we do like the Browns, for example. I just think that the main thing that's going to be hard is the Jaguars usually don't travel to the West Coast well. But at the same time, we've been pretty bad the last decade, and we're a whole different team this year. So hopefully we can like break that little streak of traveling out to the West Coast, and we can beat a team that we truly are better than. One thing I would like to see out of this game is I'd like to see us start getting D.D. Westbrook involved. He had a nice little debut last week. He showed some, you know, really good catch along the sidelines, a play that Marquise Lee missed, basically the same play. You saw him make a catch when he dragged his toes inbounds, which later got challenged and they didn't overturn it. But that was a catch. Let's be real. I'm not going to deal with the refs. I'm just going to call that a catch. And I did see him improve on that. You know, hopefully he can get about 6 or 7 maybe receptions. I'd like to see him maybe go deep for one, maybe even hit him on a quick slant where he can hopefully get some yards after catch. And I just want to start getting D.D. Westbrook involved while our schedule is kind of soft. We have the Cardinals and Colts coming up, so I'd like to start trying to get him involved in the offense so he can get acclimated and we can start using him toward the latter part of the season. We have tougher opponents like the Seahawks and Titans, and once the playoffs come, he can be fully involved in this offense. So we will see what happens this game. As I say in every preview video, I'm very, very excited for this game because I love to see my Jaguars play. Whether they win or lose, I will still be here. And after 10 years of suffering, I started a YouTube channel for whatever reason, and since I started a YouTube channel, we've been pretty damn good. So it's been a lot of fun being able to come out here and talk some Jaguars with you guys, put out some videos, and I'm really appreciative that you guys do like the content that I'm putting out. So hopefully Calais Campbell can come out and his little homecoming and prove to the Cardinals why they should have signed him. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully we can go in there. We have a chance to be 8-3. I'll say it again. We have a chance to be 8-3. So let's go ahead and go out to the West Coast, take care of business, come back to Jacksonville with a dub before facing off against the Colts. So with all that said, this is UC at Jaguar with GenJag.com. Have a happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Go Jaguars. Go UCF. Big matchup against USF coming up. And yeah, I'm out.
Vpliva tudi na učinkovitost napada.
Gabbert se daje z ogromno časa.
Je izvil.
Wow.